What up, though? What up, though? Ledge here. Chill with me. Um, a brief kind of follow up to the King of the Dot judging situation regarding FRAK and Disaster. Look, Disaster won, and what's being ignored is he was actually good in the battle. He was pretty good in the battle. So congratulations, he moves on. But the aftermath of the judging situation is still rearing its ugly head because now the judges are going on different platforms. Some using their own. Some are going on other platforms, kind of explaining themselves. And honestly, first of all, respect to the judges for even stepping out to explain themselves. They could have tucked their tails and hid, but they didn't. So I respect that. That's huge. That's huge. So the fact that they're doing that, much respect for that. The problem is these reasonings are even more egregious. It's probably, while I respect you guys coming out and explaining it, it was probably best y'all just didn't. If this is what we're getting, we got a guy who was on DME show saying he didn't even know who FRAK was, and you gotta beat the champ. Like this whole narrative of you gotta beat, like you're in a tournament where nobody's the champion. Like why, like that complex doesn't apply here when nobody's entering the tournament as the champion. Like there's not even, like I don't even think there's actual seeds. It's a bracket, but I don't know who's the 1 seed, who's the 8 seed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, not subscribing to that theory. I just think it's weird, man. I think that's a weird. That whole explanation was bad. Who was that on? No Studio with Geechee. Shout out to Geechee Gotti's platform. Might have been Kato said something about FRAK's second round didn't hit because, in a sense, that whole paper shit, it wasn't a bar. How wasn't it a bar? He wrote it, crafted it inside where he predict. That's probably a bar of all bars where I'm gonna predict what you're gonna do, and this is gonna be my follow up line after you do it. That's a bar. Like a bar, it doesn't have to be a punch. The bar can be a well executed plan as well. Like I don't see how that's not a bar. Then he followed it up with bars after that, with the whole do it, with the math shit. Like people just ignore the rest of his round. Like after that, he was still saying dope shit. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with these judges right now. Homeboy said something about using people's old beliefs and how they felt then. It's whack, it's lame, and it's easy writing to do. But FRAK said this is like actually Diz's current stance. And you can see Diz shaking his head in the rounds. Like, yeah, I feel that way. Like, was my man there? Was he really at the battle? I forgot his name, but he got a beard. He was like outside saying using somebody's old beliefs. Like, in the battle, watch Diz when FRAK is breaking down shit that he's quoting Diz saying. Diz is shaking his head like, yeah, like that's right, like that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? There's also been, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there's been leaks of one of the judges actually being a part of Crack City Depth Certificate. I believe that's Diz and them crew with Active and Saint RX. Then there's a picture of one of the judges holding a sign, like in support of Diz, behind Diz at one of his battles. So it's like it's looking spooky out here, man. It's looking spooky out here. So doing a terrible job of trying to clean this up. Just let it go. Do better. Take the critique for what it is. You guys are credible to Lush One. He the one who, he selected you guys. He trusts you guys. Like y'all are making him look bad the more y'all come out and speak on this shit. Just let it die out. Like I said, I do respect that they aren't hiding, but if these are gonna be your reasonings, you probably should just keep it on the hush, man. Just be like, yo, it's whatever. That's how I scored it. Hopefully, and we're gonna see. I'm curious to see, are y'all that cocky and arrogant and so full of yourself that y'all gonna still judge the same way? Like y'all gonna still give ties in battles? Like are y'all gonna still do that? Because if y'all do that, it's probably gonna be 10 times worse as far as social media and everything else is concerned. Not that people should care about, give a fuck about social media, but if you're on social media, the last thing you want to do is have 100 missions with your name involved. That's just not a easy browsing experience. But you know, that's just my opinion, man. I've been listening. I've been trying to ignore it. Honestly, I'm really over it. But every time I pop up, one of them is saying something that just doesn't make any sense. How is that? How is that? How is planning disaster to hit your paper and have a backup and still get your point across afterwards? How is that not a bar? What? How is bringing up somebody's current beliefs and somehow you flipping into this is something he felt 6 or 7 years ago? Like how do you know this? Like what? How is what's it, like I said? How do you not know? How do you come into a battle? This is my thing for the person to say I don't know FRAK. If I'm going to be a judge, right? If I'm going to be a judge, listen here. If I'm going to ever be a judge, I probably won't. I don't even know if I want. If I was ever be a judge, because I do this shit when I do interviews or when smaller leagues holler at me to like do recaps of their battles. If I don't know who they are, there's a thing called YouTube, and with YouTube, there's this other thing called research. Put it together. YouTube research. I've never heard of FRAK. Let me go watch some fucking FRAK battles. Jersey. I'm gone, bro. I can't believe I gotta even explain this shit to people that's older than me, probably been in the game longer than me. This is bullshit. Stop going to social media. Stop explaining yourselves. Just stop it. Please stop it. We get it. It was a fuck up. Y'all tied like 800 fucking battles in that tournament. Just have a good day. I don't know. Are they coming back? We'll find out. These excuses gotta go, man. And salute to FRAK. FRAK is handling this pretty well. But the more they talk, I can see him getting probably a little irritated with their explanations. So salute to FRAK. Salute to DIZASTER on moving on. Like I said, none of this is really an indictment on Diz because he wasn't bad. This is just... Y'all let me know what y'all think. Have y'all heard their reasonings, and do y'all agree with what they've been saying? Did they give you any clarity at all? Y'all let me know in the comments. As always, keep it battle rap. Love.